You may remember Mike Rowe for taking on some of the dirtiest jobs in America, but now he's hung up his cleaning supplies but he's still traveling the country helping people in need in his Facebook Watch series Returning the Favor, now in its third season. And Mike joins me right now. Hey Mike.
Hey Jeff, how are you?
How are you? Greetings from Las Vegas.
So far so good, thanks.
It's such a thrill to talk to you. I consider you like America's host.
That's funny. Somebody just called my mother America's grandmother. So, great. I'll take it.
All right, we'll keep it in the family. All right, so season 3 of your Facebook Watch series, Returning the Favor. First of all, I'm embarrassed to say I didn't know Facebook Watch had a platform, and I've never heard of your show, and I just watched a few episodes, and I have to say, it's just really intriguing, this new platform. So tell our viewers what Facebook Watch exactly is.
Well, Facebook decided to get into the content game about 2 years ago, and that meant they went out into the world to find producers who could create content that not only made sense for their watch platform, but that made sense for their own individual pages. So I've got, 5.5 million friends on my page, and Facebook said, what kind of show would those people enjoy watching, in your opinion? And I said, well, an honest show. And they said, how about a feel-good show? And I said, I don't really do the whole move the bus thing, but if you want to do a really honest look at the making of a feel-good show, then I think that could work. People's news feeds are filled with bad news, and cable TV certainly is not going to make you feel great if you spend too much time watching it. So I just wanted to do a show that was lighthearted, honest, authentic, and left people, not wanting to throw up in their mouth after they watched it. So what came out was Returning the Favor, and we're in our third season now, and it's killing it.
So your show, Mike, is kind of like those stories, those feel-good stories at the end of a newscast. I'm one of those old-fashioned guys that still watches the nightly news. But your stories go 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah. No, it keeps going. It's each episode is about 20 minutes, and we follow a pretty simple formula. People come to my page, they nominate somebody in their neighborhood who is slightly better than you and me, and they tell us about what they do, and then we investigate. And then we show up usually under the guise of making a documentary. And so the people aren't really sure what's going on, but then I show up and we give them something, usually something extravagant that allows them to do more of what they were already doing. And because we document the whole thing, we wind up with a really interesting 15 or 20 minute look at bloody do-gooderism in the United States in 2018. And I think, it works as a show, but it also works as just simple, fun content in your news feed that's guaranteed to make you feel better about the species.
Now, when you're returning the favor on your series, Mike, you do the obvious ones like first responders, police, firemen, like that. But you also have some of these most incredible unsung heroes. For example, in Zebulon, North Carolina, I've never heard of this place, but John Middleswarth, he cleans the streets. On his own.
Yeah, and he's not paid to do it. He's just a guy with a Santa Claus beard who walks around picking up trash, and he makes Zebulon prettier than it would otherwise be. You find a guy like that, well, what do you do for him? And in this case, it was a very modest favor, but we built a park bench and dedicated it to him. We got him a certificate at his favorite local restaurant, and I got the mayor to drive a brand new tractor in and give it to him as well, because he also likes to cut people's lawns for free. He's just that guy. And so it was a very small thing that we did, and that was early on, and I had no idea what people would make of it, and 18 million people watched it.
Where everybody's piled up is the warehouse. Holy cannolis. Holy what did you do?
I'm not sure what you're
talking
about.
Oh my God!
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. You mean this?
Oh my God!
Your job at this point is pretty simple. Get out of the car and don't lose your
Oh my God! Oh my God! Victor! Richard! My son! My daughter!
It's like the end of The Wizard of Oz.
And you, and you, and
Thank you all so much for coming out and being a part of this with us. We are obviously fans of what you're doing. We're not shooting a big documentary. This is the first episode of season 3 of a little show called Returning the Favor.
What?
We've been paying attention. We've been watching what you've been doing. We know what you want. We know what you need. We heard you. So without any further ado, gentlemen, if you would be so kind, 1, 2, and 3.
Now, Mike, I have a real soft spot for our veterans, and I just love what you did in your Saving Our Veterans episode. It was really inspiring.
We've done probably 6 or 7 episodes now on various people who are trying either to help vets from Vietnam or vets who are dealing with PTSD. You know, the suicide rates are just scandalous for vets, and we featured, I think, 6 or 7 different people now. Downriver for Vets was the most recent one up in Wyandotte, Michigan. Ann Rudisil, great lady, who's just dedicated her life to taking care of, in some cases, World War II veterans. They're shut in, they're alone, they can't shop anymore. I mean, the stories they'll break your heart, but when you see what these people are doing on a boots-on-the-ground level in their own communities, it's terrific.
All right, Mike, for the last couple of years, you're going around the country helping people in need, returning the favor. Has anyone ever done anything for you? What deed has someone done for you, and what's your earliest memory of one?
My grandfather told me when I was 17 years old, he gave me some advice that changed my life. I really wanted to follow in his footsteps and be a tradesman. I really was convinced I was going to be able to build a house without a blueprint, which is exactly what he could do. But I didn't get the gene. You know, the handy gene is kind of recessive. And so he told me one day after I completely botched up a foundation, I ruined the poor, got it all wrong. He said, Mike, you can be a tradesman if you want, but you really should get yourself a different toolbox. And I was devastated at the time, but it was really the best advice I ever got, because that's what got me into a community college studying music and theater. I didn't have any interest in either of those things, and that got me into hosting, and that got me into a whole list of other things, and the next thing you know, that got me into a sewer, hosting a hit show called Dirty Jobs, which eventually got me to this chair talking to Jeff in Las Vegas about returning the favor. So it's a long, crooked road, and you never really know what's going to start it, but it's almost always some good advice from an unexpected source.
You know, Mike, it just never gets old helping people, does it? Just that feeling of helping someone in need, it just never gets old.
I do it for selfish reasons. Honestly, I wouldn't do it if it didn't make me feel good. I feel great about my foundation. I feel great about the shows that I host. I'm glad people enjoy them. But in the end, if I wasn't amusing myself at the same time, I wouldn't do it.
Well, Mike, you know, I'm happy to say that I've barely seen your new series, so there's a lot of episodes to watch, so I'm going to savor them, meaning if I come home and had a bad day or I'm depressed, I get a big box of Kleenex and watch a couple episodes to cheer myself up.
You can sit down and have yourself a good, ugly cry, Jeff. You'll love it.
So, Mike, congratulations on the show, but make sure you come visit us in Las Vegas. We got over 2 million citizens now, and I'm sure there's some deserving people where you can return the favor.
I'd love to be there. I'm actually narrating a project. You guys are building that terrific new stadium with the Raiders, and I'm narrating the building of that stadium. It's an incredible project going on in your city there. I'll be down soon.
Thanks again, Mike, and good luck with the show.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
All right, you can catch Return the Favor Season 3 right now on Facebook Watch, also Season 1 and Season 2. And for more reviews and interviews, you can surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard in Las Vegas. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.